Hey guys, we're live. Welcome to Book More Brides Than Ever Before Masterclass. My name is Nancy Joseph and I am your makeup mentor, helping you to make a fortune doing weddings. Today is day 2 of Book More Brides Than Ever Before. So welcome everybody, and why don't you just let us know who's watching, where you're watching from. Put that in the comments below, and also put the name of your makeup business in the comments below. I love to see who's here and who's joining us. All right, and so let's see. This is how it's going to go tonight. We're gonna recap from day 1, just a quick recap, and then what I have for you tonight is what to say on how to book a trial on the very first phone call. I'm going to give you the exact script for that. We're going to talk about how to do expos and how to do private events to help really book your calendar solid for the whole year. We're also going to talk about the 5 reasons that most new makeup artists fail, so that you don't have to. And then I have a bonus for you, and that is how to respond to customers when they ask right away what your prices are. And also we'll talk about hashtags that get you hired. All right, how's that sound? So let me just make sure that we have the right people on this call or in this class. This class is for aspiring makeup artists who want to be in the bridal industry. You can either already be working in the bridal industry, but you're struggling to just fill your calendar full, or you can be just starting out and you don't really know where to get your leads or how to get going or how the whole industry works. Well, if either of those things apply to you, then you are in the right place. And I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that you decided to invest some time into your business, and you're going to get a lot out of this class. So be ready with some notes, and I want you to ask questions as we go along. Just go ahead and put them in the comments below, and as they come up on the screen, I will answer those questions as quickly as I can and as best as I can. So I'm going to encourage you to do that, because it's not that often that I have a live where I can actually like spend some time with you. Because if you know me and you know my trainings, my YouTube channel has 2-minute videos, 2-minute training videos, very quick. I like to get you information and strategies just as fast as possible so you can just take the information and run with it. So I'm doing these classes because when I was just becoming a makeup artist myself, I didn't have anyone to help me. Nobody told me how to get leads, how much to charge, how to really make money as a freelance makeup artist. And I knew that I wanted to be a freelance makeup artist. I knew I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to have the freedom and the flexibility to make my own schedule, to work when I wanted, to pick the clients that I wanted to work with, and that I wanted to charge what I wanted to charge so that I had unlimited income capability. So nobody was there to teach me or train me or help me along the way. So I figured it out on my own. And after a short period of time, I actually was top of the Google search in my local area for bridal makeup artistry. I got inquiries daily from brides, and then I booked my calendar 24 months ahead of time, and I was booked solid with weddings and education. So I want to share this with you. I want to give you my insider secrets, because I believe that you have a God-given gift in your artistry, and to be able to transform your clients' lives using your artistry makes me more happy than anything in the world. So I'm so happy that you're here on this training, and I'm just going to dive right into, let's recap from day 1. Day 1, we talked about pricing and how do we set our fees. So I had you look at the competitors and do a Google search, 3 to 5 competitors, makeup artists that were in your local area, and see what they were charging. And I wanted you to look at ones that were comparable to your skill level and how long you've been working in the industry, and find the average and then come up with your set fees. We have to have our fees set before we can start going out there saying that we do makeup, because you really have to be firm on your price and you have to believe in it. All right. So that was day one. Also day one, we talked about Instagram and how it's like a mini website, and it is, and it's important that you have before and after pictures that are good quality. And we talked specifically about your profile, the bio, and having an I help statement. I seen some of you that were on the that were in the class on Monday have already taken action with that, and I am so excited for you. And I'm sure you got to let me know in the comments below if you've noticed like an increase in followers, if you've had some inquiries, you know, based on the I help statement that you put into place on your Instagram. All right, so that was basically day one in a nutshell. And so now let's move into tonight's teaching. I want to start with what to say to book a trial on the first phone call. All right, so here's the thing. We want to be able to speak with the bride, and it's all about the first conversation that you have with them. So you're either going to get a phone call because somebody has referred you, or they've seen your work and they see your contact number, so they're reaching out to you. So the best thing to do, and I'm just going to pretend like the phone is ringing and I'm answering it, just kind of hear me through, and then we'll just kind of talk about like why I said what I said and why it's so important. All right, so I get the call. Ding! Hello, this is Nancy. How can I help you? And they are like, oh, hi, Nancy. I got your name from the resort, and I'm getting married, and I was wondering if you could do my makeup. Oh my gosh, Susie, congratulations. I'm so excited for you. When's the wedding? September 15th. Great. So what was the venue that you said? Hey, Vicki, welcome. Thanks for watching. What is the venue where's the venue? And she says, oh, it's at the Naples Bay, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, that's a great choice. I'm so excited for you. Okay, so have you ever had airbrush makeup before? And she says, well, no. And I said, okay, well, it's amazing because you're going to be getting married in Southwest Florida, and it's really hot and it's humid, and this is amazing makeup. It lasts for 18 hours. It's water resistant. It's sweat proof. It's going to look flawless. You are going to look beautiful in pictures and in person. And so I would be happy to like set up a trial with you if you'd like to do that. I'm going to recommend that we do that. Do you have like an engagement coming? Hey, Becky, thanks for watching. Do you have like an engagement coming up, or engagement photos, or maybe you have a bridal shower or just an important date, so that it would be the perfect time to trial the makeup, see what you think, and then we can go from there. I charge $250. The trial is $75, and then I charge $100 for each bridesmaid. How does that sound? Oh my gosh, that's exciting. I can't wait. And I say, okay, well, do you have a hairstylist? And she says, well, no. And I said, well, I would like to make a referral. I work with someone, and let me go ahead and give you her name. And then maybe we can coordinate the trial together just to make it easier for you. And then she says, oh yeah, well, you know what? I'm coming from out of state, so I don't think we're going to be able to do a trial. And I'll say, oh, no problem. This has happened many times before. I said, when's the wedding? It's on a Saturday. Well, how about Friday night for the rehearsal? That's the perfect time for us to do the trial. And then that way it'll be fresh in our mind. The next day we'll recreate that look for your special day, and you'll be all set. So boom, that's it. It's just that easy. I booked that trial right there on that first phone call. And did you notice that I talked a lot about all the benefits that she was going to get? Like her face wasn't going to melt off. I was going to create a look that was going to be fresh in my mind for the next day because the trial was going to be just one day before. I gave her a referral for a hairstylist so that now she doesn't have to worry about going and finding somebody for that. So those are things that are so important when you're talking to the bride for the first time, like that first initial contact. So I do have a script that is actually, you can mess with it, you can make it your own and personalize it. At nancyjoseph.com, I do have a freebie section, and I will put that script in there for you so that, and it probably won't be in there until tomorrow, but there will be the freebie in there, and it's the script on how to actually book the bride on the first phone call. All right, so anybody have any questions about that? Does it sound like it's something that you could do? All righty, let me know. All right, guys. So here we go. Now, I did recommend that I referred her to a hairstylist. So as you know, the hairstylist that I work with is considered a beauty boss partner. And this is what I want for you as well. I want you to have a beauty boss partner. I want you to work with a hairstylist who specializes in bridal hair and does amazing updos, and she's quick. And the two of you are going to go together to do different you're going to do the trials together. You can do the weddings together. You remain independent. It's your own business doing makeup, and she's independent or he's independent. And, with own contracts, collecting your own money. But you create this experience for the bride, and she's just going to be in love with the fact that you come to her and you just give her an amazing experience. So, talking about the beauty boss partner, I want you to do the trials with her and do the weddings with her, but there's so much more that you can do with your beauty boss partner and to bring in business. So my first suggestion is that you're going to do bridal expos together. So right now is bridal expo season. Usually the beginning of the year, brides are newly engaged and they're going to bridal shows, and they're looking for all their vendors, and they're looking for their photographers and their makeup artists, and so they go to bridal expos and shows and things like that. So I want you to be there. I want you to be in a booth with your beauty boss partner, and I want you to get in front of the bride-to-bees, okay? They're going to open up that door at the bridal expo, and this is probably the only time in your career as a makeup artist that you are going to have hundreds of ideal clients coming at you, right, in a matter of just minutes. So I want you to be there. Be there with your beauty boss partner. Share the cost of the booth together, and create a booth that is memorable. I want you to be in the booth demonstrating. What I used to do with my airbrush makeup, this is just a suggestion for those of you that do airbrush makeup, is I have I would have my chair, I'd have my setup there, and I would do demonstrations every once in a while, full face demonstrations. But most of the time, if somebody walked up, I would have the airbrush machine filled with just the darkest color, the darkest color that I could put on everybody. And I would put it on the top of their hand. I would spray it from the airbrush gun on the top of their hand. And their first reaction is, well, that's not my color. And I said, yeah, I know. I have all the colors. I'll be able to match you perfectly with your color. But I want you to see that it lasts for 18 hours. And tonight, when you go to take your shower before bed, you're going to still have this on your hand. You're going to see it doesn't smudge, it doesn't transfer. And sure enough, they're going to be thinking of me the next morning when they wake up, and they still have this on their hand without scrubbing it off. So that was just something that I did so that I would be memorable. And then my beauty boss partner as a hairstylist would be demonstrating how to put different things into the hair, how to decorate the hair, just things like that that are memorable, so that when I follow up with the brides, they're going to remember the booth that we did all this in, and they're going to remember who I am. It makes it easier to kind of take the conversation to the next level. So I want you to do shows and expos with your beauty boss partner. And then here's the thing. I want you to have a giveaway so that when they're at the bridal expo, that you are inviting them to a private event. Okay, so this is the perfect time to do that when you're at an expo, because you have all of these brides that are local, and you're going to have like a week out. I want you to have a private event. Now you can hold this either at the salon that the that the hairstylist works at. Leah, hey, welcome. Thanks for watching, girl. So your private event is going to be held either at the hair salon that your beauty boss partner works out of, or you can find a place around town. You could even just rent a room, like in a restaurant or something, just an area where you can have a private event. So what the purpose of this is because you're going to do a demonstration. Now, first of all, I want you to name it. I want you to name it something fun that the bride is going to be like excited about. So we used to do martinis and makeup. And it would be on a Friday night, usually following a bridal expo, the following Friday night. We didn't want to go too far out because then things just get messy and busy. And so it was usually on the Friday following or the Saturday following. And we would do martinis and makeup. You can do brides and bubbly, just whatever. Think of a creative name. And what you're going to do is you're going to invite all of these brides to come. You're going to tell them to bring their whole bridal party. You're going to serve just light refreshments. You can do a signature drink or something. What we used to do is we would have a lash bar there. So I would apply false strip lashes on all the guests, whoever wanted it. And then after everybody was there and everybody had some drinks and some snacks, then we would get their attention and we would do a full-on presentation. Now, I would have a model, and you can even ask one of the brides to be the model. Sometimes that works out. Otherwise, I just had someone that played the model, and I did a full demonstration. And then my beauty boss partner, the hairstylist, she did the hair, and all while we're doing the demonstration, we're talking about the benefit of how we come to you, and it's stress-free, and everybody's going to look beautiful. Everybody's going to be harmonized with their look. You're not going to have somebody off, doing their own makeup or at another place getting makeup done and outshining the bride, with crazy makeup or whatever. So we would say that all during the demonstration. And sure enough, 99% of the time, we got a booking for a trial on the spot. On the spot, we would get the bookings for the trials. Everybody was thrilled. So it wasn't like I was doing, sometimes I would pick a bride to be and use her as a model, but that wouldn't be her trial. That basically was just to show all the other guests and to get everybody excited, right? So this is something that really boosted my business. And I would do it with both of my beauty boss partners at different times, because I had two of them. I still have two of them that I worked really close with. I've had several over the years, but there's two that we're just like, we click so well. And now we're getting referrals from weddings that we had done together. And then now we get the referrals from the bridal party. The average age of a bride today is 27. And so you just know when you're doing a bride and she's got 4 bridesmaids and they're all about the same age, one of them is sooner or later going to be getting married. So you get the referrals from the bridal party. So it's awesome. All right. So doing those private events is really what boosted my business and filled my calendar just full with weddings. And so this is what I want for you, to have a private event, even if you don't have, even if you're not doing an expo, you can still have your own private event. I created a It was a bridal, it was kind of like, they have things called like a bridal brunch or a bridal bash. And I actually put together for an afternoon. I had a photographer. They brought all of they brought their portfolio. We had the florist was there. We had someone who does spray tan for self tanning for the brides and the bridal party. We had a caterer came, and so everybody was there representing themselves as wedding professionals, and we just invited all the bride-to-bes that we knew, and that was an amazing event as well. So things like that, when you can collaborate with other wedding professionals, it's amazing. All right, that's just going to be like a steady flow of leads that you're going to get. Alrighty, so does anybody have any questions how either Beauty Boss partnerships work, or how expos work, or private events? I have a video on, I think it's on YouTube, and it may even be in this Facebook group in the videos. And it talks about the 5 senses of when you're doing a bridal expo, like how to really tickle their senses and get their attention and make your booth memorable. So take a look at that if you're planning on doing any bridal expos, or anytime you're doing some kind of presentation where you have your things set up and people are taking a look at your business. That'll be helpful. All right, so if we don't have any questions, I'm going to move on. All right, so now let's talk about, let me see here. I want to talk about the five reasons that new makeup artists fail. This is so that you don't have to. So knowing these 5 things, and we're going to talk about how to fix it as well. All right. So the very first one is that they think that they know everything when they first start out. Okay. So maybe they've gone to school, and then they're just stepping out of school and they're just dived right into doing bridal makeup. And, or maybe they're just, starting out and they just really think that they know everything, right? Love the hearts. Thank you so much, Leah. Woo! Thank you. So they think that they know everything. And so the reason this is so bad is because they will get their first criticism and then they're just going to quit because they don't know how to handle it. So my advice is, when you get criticized, either because the client doesn't like the makeup or something, I want you to not take it personally, but just take it seriously, okay? And that just means you just need to practice and practice and practice, all the time practice, all right? That's what's going to allow you to really, the more faces that you can touch, the more textures of faces, the more colors of faces, like the more people that you can work your magic on, the better. Okay. So that's the number one. That was one of the 5 reasons that new makeup artists will fail, because they'll come right out the gate thinking that they know everything. But it's a learning process. All right. So be easy on yourself. Be kind to yourself. All right. The second reason is because they don't know the basics of makeup artistry. And what I mean by that is, again, they may have been schooled in aesthetics or cosmetology, but they don't know like eye shapes, and they really haven't gathered the concept of color theory. Okay, so when you have a client who wants to look more youthful, and say they have a certain eye shape, there's certain colors that you need to use, and there's a certain technique that you need to use. But if you don't know those things, your client's not going to be happy. So it can be a really scary thing, but I'll make it easy for you. Just YouTube University, just Google eye shapes, and you can see all the different eye shapes and colors of eyes, and the best way to apply makeup so that, to get a certain look. All right, let's see. Leah says, what's the website for the bridal expos again? Oh, great. Thank you for bringing that up, Leah. So there are bridal expos and shows all over the nation. And what I like to do is I like to support the name of the link or the name of the website is Here Comes the Guide. The guide, like Guide. Here comes the guide.com. And it lists all of the expos and the bridal shows around the nation by state, so you can see where the different bridal shows are. And either going to those shows as someone in the booth, or going to those shows as just an attendant. And the reason you would do that is because you want to network with the other wedding professionals that are there. Be very careful about going into their booth and taking up too much of their time, because they're there to attract their brides. But just get their information, their contact information, and take the conversation maybe to a coffee date, or, you know, down the road on the phone or something, where you can try to collaborate and refer each other back and forth. So going to those expos is not, if you're going as an attendant, just as a guest, you know, you can't really talk to the brides because they're just buzzing around at the different booths, but you definitely can network with the other wedding professionals. And I encourage you to do that. All right. And then there's a certain way you're going to follow up with that. So I will ask me about that, and I'll be able to get that information for you too. All right. Okay, so so not knowing color theory or the basic eye shapes, that is huge. You know, study and practice on different eye shapes. I'm going to be like transparent here and say that while I was in school, while I was in skin school, I was going to night school. During the day, I was working at a law firm as a paralegal, and at night, I was going to school. And I would come home, and night school ends at like, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night. So I would come home from night school, and like the first thing I would do was I would just get on YouTube, and I would just start watching all these videos and just, you know, recreating different looks, taking my makeup off, putting it back on, like sometimes till 2 a.m. And I remember my younger daughter, just laughing at me saying, "What are you doing, Mom?" And I didn't care. Like, I just was so excited for, you know, trying different looks and stuff. But there were times also where I would ask my husband, I'd say, I really need to practice like this smoky eye. So will you please let me, you know, practice on you? I promise I won't tell anybody. And so I would do one look on one of his eyes and another on the other eye. And so anyways, like, practice as much as you can. And that is a good way to do it, is practice when you have a model that you're practicing on, do one look on one eye and another look on the other eye. So there you go. They got two birds with one stone, or whatever they say, right? Alrighty. So thanks for all the wow faces, Leah. You're awesome. All right. So the number 3 reason that most new makeup artists fail is because they have poor quality pictures on their online gallery. So now your pictures are what's selling your work. So you really have to pay close attention to the quality of your pictures. Your Instagram pictures, your website pictures, anytime that you're posting pictures of your work, make it so that it's good, clean quality, all right? Because this is what's going to sell your work. So you want it to be a good representation of what you can do. And don't mess a lot with the filters, because the whole purpose of showing your work is showing like your natural work. Like, this is what it looks like. You don't want to tweak it with filters, because that's not really what it looks like. So you get my point there. It's not like, don't change it so much that it's not even your work after you've tweaked with the filters. All right. So number 4 reason that most new makeup artists fail is because they have an unprofessional website. All right. So their website is just wonky. It has misspelled words. It has text that are kind of like all over the place, or more than 2 fonts styles. And it's just, it doesn't have a nice flow to it. And then there's links maybe on your website that don't link to anything. So remember, your website, this is like the first initial contact that you're having with a bride-to-be. You want it to look professional and represent you as a professional makeup artist. So have somebody else look at your website, like look at your verbiage, the words, make sure there's no misspellings, because it's hard for you to see your own mistakes when you're doing spelling and vocabulary. So just trust me on that and have somebody else look at it. I'm happy to look at it if you want me to take a look at it before you go live with it, and because I really want you to be seen as a professional. I know for me personally, there's been many times where I was looking at something and I was intrigued by it, and then as soon as I see a misspelling, I'm like, all of a sudden it's like, wah, wah, wah. I'm not like, they lost their credibility, and it's sad. And I'm guilty of it myself, but so let's try to avoid that, all right? I want people to be so excited when they come across your website, and they can't wait to talk to you, and they can't wait to ask you to do their makeup. All righty. So any questions about anything so far, guys? How are we doing? We're doing good. Everybody's still with me here? All right. Thanks for the hearts and the happy faces. All righty. So the last one, or the number 5 reason that most new makeup artists fail, is because they lack self-confidence. Like, this is huge, all right? This is almost probably the number 1 reason. I did a lot of surveying, and I did a lot of surveying and questioning makeup artists as I was putting together my makeup course. And I think the number 1 reason, or the number 1 fear of most of the makeup artists that I talked to, was that they just didn't think that their work was good enough. And so they were afraid, that it wasn't good enough, that the client wasn't going to like it. And so your self-confidence just has to be so strong. And this is why I say, like, with setting your prices, like, set the price, you did the research, it is what it is, and just stick to it. Because as soon as you start to doubt, like, well, maybe they don't have enough money, maybe I'm too expensive, maybe I'm not, charging enough, when you start to get wishy-washy, your self-confidence is going to go down. So I want you just to be really strong, pick your price and stick with it. And, self-confidence, just remember every day, just because it's so easy for you to do makeup artistry, it comes to you so natural. And sometimes we tend to think, wow, like maybe it's not really worth that much because it's so easy. It's so easy to me. And so you start to lose your confidence on whether or not you should be charging, or whether you should even be doing it, because it seems silly that someone would pay you to do their makeup. But just know this, that being a bridal makeup artist, you are offering a luxury service. This is a service that people don't need. This is a service that people want. And you are able to bring them this amazing makeup artistry, transform their look, create an amazing look for them on their special day, and people will pay a lot of money for that, okay? So remember that. Your self-confidence, every day you need to come up with a routine, and you need to post it on your mirror, whatever you got to do, write it in lipstick, that you are amazing. And this is a special gift. Not everyone can be a makeup artist, and you know it in your gut that you are. So if you have that gut feeling, then just trust me, that's the feeling that that you have. But other people, not everybody has that. Some people are just like, no, I can't do it. And I don't want to call them phonies, or they're more like imposters, where they think I can just do this bridal makeup because it's all about the money. But deep down inside, they're not really like the true artists that, they don't care about people. They're not kind, and they're not considerate. And when I say the word kind, I think of Leah. Like, Leah is one of my private clients, and she's an aspiring makeup artist. Well, she is a makeup artist. And I'm so glad you're on this call, Leah. And, the word kind, someone is going to hire you because you are a kind person, and, and you're skilled in makeup artistry. So, wow, what a great thing to be able to have you serving them on their special day, which is a very intimate, experience. You're coming into their life on the most important day in their life. And so you have to be kind. And so anyways, I had to throw that in there because I just love you, Leah. Alrighty. So those are the 5 reasons that most makeup artists fail, so that you don't have to. So do I have any questions from anybody about that? Any questions? Alrighty. So, oh, thanks, Leah. All right, so I have my hands here and I don't have my laptop set up. So can someone please give me a time check? Tell me what time it is right now in Eastern time. Leah, can you do that for me, please? Thanks for the hearts. Love it, love it, love it. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Awesome. I only wanted to go, I figured this to go about 45 minutes and then we'd have time for questions. So if anybody has any questions, I'll do that. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Leah. All right, so now let's talk about a bonus. This is a bonus for tonight, and this is how to respond to customers who want to know your price right away. All right, because this is what's going to happen. They're going to see your Instagram. They're going to see your website. They're going to hear that you do makeup, and the first thing they're going to say to you is, "How much do you charge?" All right. So I don't want you to immediately just tell them the price. Okay. So there's a certain way around it. And here's the thing. First of all, congratulations that you have inquiries about your work. This means that in the sales arena, this means you have a hot lead. This is someone who is ready to buy because they're asking you for, for prices. So again, start with the whole, well, you're getting married? Well, congratulations. When's the wedding? What's the venue? What venue did you choose? And then go on and say, well, I'm a professional makeup artist and I will come to you. I do complex bridal makeup. I will assure that your makeup is going to last all day from the first look all the way to the last dance. I bring, I bring all of my kit with me. I make for a really nice experience and it's going to be stress-free. Everyone's going to look harmonized and beautiful for pictures and in person. And my price is, and then you state your price. At first, you just really got to let them know, because if you say the price first, they're just going to be shopping and they're going to be like, okay, thank you, I'll let you know. And then you never hear from them again. So it's ideal if you can get them on the phone. All right. So that's what I want you to do is have an opportunity to talk to them. And so that's even how I feel very strongly about that. And there is a debate whether or not you should post your prices. So we've already decided on our prices and now we know what our prices are. So we're like, what should we do? Should we just put them out there on the website? Should we just put them out there, every time somebody asks you how much you charge? And the answer is no, don't. You want to say things more like this. Someone's asking you, say they're looking at your website or they're looking at, let's see, even if you're on your profile on Instagram, you can say something like, I help women look beautiful on their special day. Contact me for pricing and availability, or you can say, I am competitively priced. When you check out my website, when you check out my pictures and you're ready to take action, give me a call, let's talk, whatever. It has to be one of those things where you are the professional makeup artist. So you have to give them the illusion or the perception that you have other weddings. So maybe you're not even available when they're asking, for bridal makeup. So it's not that I want you to lie to anybody and say, I'm busy, I'm booked or whatever. I just want you to know that you are in control of your calendar and your schedule. So you don't have to take weddings just whenever. And what if they're asking, how much do you charge? And you tell them a certain price, but they want to get married maybe on a holiday. What if they want to get married on your birthday? Do you really want to do it for that price on your birthday? I always recommend that you charge 20% more on a holiday. So you don't know, the details, the specifics of their wedding date, right? So, and here's the thing also, by you saying to them, like, please contact me for my availability, it makes them realize and it makes them comfortable to know that you are a professional and they're reaching out to you. This is what you do for a living. This is your business. This is your livelihood. And then they feel more comfortable about hiring someone like that instead of hiring just, I don't know, the girl that has a couple pictures up on Instagram of, doing her cousin's makeup. I don't know. So you're the professional. You want them to feel comfortable about hiring you. So you're going to tell them all the benefits before you're actually telling them the price. And it even is, we'll get to the point where you're going to get calls or you're going to get inquiries that are just going to basically say, instead of asking you the price, they're going to say things like, I heard you are an amazing makeup artist, or I see you do amazing work. I would love for you to do my wedding makeup. Please let me know. And they're going to be like begging you. They don't even care how much it costs. They just know that you're good. All right. So that was a bonus. And then also, I just want you to be well known in your area as a, in your local area as a bridal makeup artist. And here's the trick. This is the hashtag to get you hired. All right. And that is when you're posting pictures of on your Instagram, your portfolio, your Facebook, whatever, I want you to utilize hashtags. And this way, I want you to write like whatever city you're from, whatever town you're from, whatever state you're from, specifically your town. It needs to say, like me, for example, it needs to say hashtag Naples makeup artist, Naples bridal makeup artist. And not so much using the MUA, because that's kind of like the inside lingo of makeup artists. When a bride is searching for a city that she's going to go to get married, she's not going to put MUA. She's going to do a search for hashtags for the city that she's going to. And so if you are in an area where you're going to travel, like I go 2 hours from my home base, I will travel to Tampa. I will travel to the other coast, to Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach. I'll even go to Orlando, in a day. And so I'm going to hashtag Orlando makeup artist, hashtag Tampa makeup artist. So think about that, because those hashtags is what's going to get you hired. Hey, VC, nice to see you. So that's what's going to get you hired, is by specifically stating like the city that you're in. And like I said, don't use the MUA. That's like an inside lingo. That's how I find my clients, my makeup artist clients, is because they're using MUA in their hashtags. So that's like a giveaway. But anyways, that is a really good hashtag trick. Also, make sure you're hashtagging bridal makeup artist, bridesmaid makeup, all those things that the bride is going to be looking for. So any questions about that? Tell me if anybody has any questions about hashtagging. We can talk a little bit more about that if you'd like, because that's really important in when you're on Instagram, because you want to get as many followers as you can. You want to get people to your page. You want to get your stuff in front of them. And Instagram is the perfect place to do that. So let me know if anybody has any more questions. And we can, otherwise I'm going to tell you about a special that I have. I'm opening up 3 spots in the next 48 hours to, I want to talk to you personally, help you to price yourself for profit, to see what kind of pricing you came up with, and make sure that it's good and solid. And also to do an Instagram audit for you. I will take a look at your Instagram profile, your online portfolio, to see if you've got your I help statement, to make sure that you're hashtagging and taking advantage of the 30 hashtags that you're allowed with every post. Make sure that your captions have feelings in there, the things that brides are looking for. So I'll be able to do that for you. And then also just to answer any questions about where you're at in your makeup business right now. So within the next, I opened up 3 spots on my calendar. So if someone would please put in the comments, talktonancy.com. That's where you can go and you can apply to talk to me. And what's going to happen is we'll just jump on the phone and I'll help you through all of those things. Your pricing, make sure you're pricing yourself for profit. Make sure that your Instagram is working the best way for you right now. And also just answer any questions. They could be random, that you have about the bridal industry. I'm happy to help you with that. So talktonancy.com is where you're going to go for that. And then also, I'm going to do a makeup class, a make it up class, not makeup like brushes and eyeshadow, make it up class on Friday night at 9 p.m. We missed the class yesterday, so I want to go ahead and make that up. And what that's going to look like is I have the top 10 tips on how to become a in-demand freelance makeup artist. And what we're going to cover is, getting your name right, making sure you've got a easy searchable name, building a practical kit, what that looks like so you can get out there right now. You don't have to worry about investing in this crazy big kit. How to get testimonials from your clients so that you can start to get ratings on Wedding Wire and online, because brides, soon-to-be brides, are looking there for your ratings and your testimonials. So how do you do that? How do you specifically do that? Those are the things that we're going to cover on Friday at 9 p.m. Alrighty. So if we don't have any other questions, thank you, Becky, for your comments. Appreciate that. Can you put in the comments talktonancy.com? That way, I have 3 spots that I opened up, and I would love to be able to help you with your makeup artistry business and help you to grow it beyond what you ever imagined it could be. I like to say that I'm like a mentor in your makeup kit, and I want to help you make a fortune doing weddings. All right. So, oh yes, Leah, you have your Wedding Wire account. Woo woo, yes. So now you need to get some of your testimonials that I know that you already have, and you gotta get those on there so that other bride-to-bees can see your stuff, and you are on your way, girl. I'm so excited for you. That's awesome. Yay, 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 yay. Alrighty, so let's just recap then what tonight was all about. We talked about how to book the trial. Thank you, Becky, for that. I appreciate you. We talked about how to book the trial on the first phone call and how important it is to let, before you give out a price, that you actually get excited. You become team bride the minute you talk to her, and you're congratulating her and helping her to already have a good experience during this wedding planning season of her life. We talked about how to do expos and private events and how that's going to help you to just boom your business unbelievably by collaborating with other wedding professionals, and especially partnering with your beauty boss partner. So if you haven't got a beauty boss partner yet, I'm going to recommend that you start to go on Instagram, look around for local hairstylists that are doing wedding updos, and reach out to them and just see if there's any way that you can collaborate together. If you want to know what that kind of conversation sounds like, just go ahead, talk to nancy.com. We can get on the phone and I can help you with that, because that is a major, you need that in your business, is to have that beauty boss partner. And there's certain things that you're looking for when you're trying to work with someone. They have to have that perfect personality that goes well with you, so that because even though you're independent, they still are a reflection of you, because you will be referring people back, and you'll refer back and forth. All right, and then we also talked about the 5 reasons that most new makeup artists fail, so that you don't have to. And I hope that none of those things are going to be an issue for you. So just the main thing is the self-confidence. Don't let your self-doubt keep you from creating your dream business. And the bonus, as far as talking to when people are requesting a price immediately without even, like, if they're texting you or they're DMing you and asking you for a price, my advice is that you get so that you can get on the phone with them and you can talk to them. All right. And so then again, we're gonna have a makeup class on Friday night at 9 o'clock. I'm going to talk to you about the 10 tips, the top 10 tips to become a well-known, in-demand makeup artist, freelance makeup artist. We'll talk a little bit about other things that you can do besides besides weddings. As a freelance makeup artist, there's an opportunity to do lessons. There's an opportunity to just do headshots, things like that in your local area. And I want to be able to give you all the information about that. So I hope you'll join me on Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time for that. All right, guys. So I think that's all I have for you tonight. I appreciate you being here, and I wish you well with your business. And please don't hesitate to reach out to me, ask me any questions, and I am happy to serve you. All right, guys. Good night. Bye-bye.